let's dive into the activities that we've prepared for you. As I've already said, they are divided into 3 groups. And the first one, we are experiencing water with our senses. In the second one, we are creating with water and opening up our imagination. And only in the third one, we are exploring water in a more scientific way. Experience water. There in this section, there are activities such as meet the drop, experience the puddle, water battle, journey by water, stones by the water, and listen to the water. And there are 2 more that are maybe for more experienced children, but they're beautiful activities: water orchestra and water dance. We can go through some of the activities now, just for you to have an idea what's waiting for you there. Each activity is divided into smaller activities so that you can choose what's doable for you, and you know, what would suit your group, your children. So in the meet the drop, the first very simple, beautiful activity is feel the rain. You know, just show children that they can enjoy rain as something special and even beautiful. They can feel the raindrops on their faces. They learn not to hide in front of rain all the time. They can learn that rain is not dangerous and they can even enjoy it. And you can talk about different types of rains and so on. Or you can collect dew. That is a morning activity. You can go out with children and collect the dew drops into cups. You can observe dew on spider webs. You can work with the drops on flat surfaces and see the magic when they meet and so on. And the third activity would be splashing. I don't think I have to introduce it so much, but that's like more dynamic activity for active children. Another very popular activity is, of course, experience the puddle. That's something very natural for children. We don't have to really explain what that is too much, but the important point from us is that there is a wide range of activities that can be done with puddles, and not all of them have to be getting completely wet and muddy, because especially if you're a teacher and you have a group of children, you don't really want them to get wet and soiled, and that maybe parents won't be very pleased about it. So there are activities that are more calm, that children can experience puddles just like mirrors. They can use some sticks and poking in them. They can decorate the puddles. But of course, children are very tempted to go into action and you know, running and splashing through the puddles. And if they don't have the experience, they will definitely you know, magnetized by the puddles, and they would like to do it. But if they already have the experience, they're not that tempted anymore, and they are maybe searching for some other challenges. So going, you know, through a puddle on a bike, for example, or jumping across the puddles would be a great activity. But for the youngest children, it's basically inevitable that they would love to go and jump and splash the water in the puddles. So be prepared for that. have the right gear for that, and maybe choose a good warm day that children won't get sick. In groups, even children that are very, self-conscious, they are hesitant if they should go into the action or not, if something dangerous can happen to them. They very often, and basically most of the time, they just join in with the group and enjoy the water anyways. And once they get wild enough, you can have more peaceful moments there. Children chill out in puddles. But of course, it depends if you can afford it, as the provider and guide of the children. So make sure that you don't maybe get that far if you can't afford it. So try to find the right moment when you have to stop the children so that they don't get completely muddy. But if you can afford it, choose the right warm day, and you'll enjoy it very much with the children. Not all children are that much into action, and they prefer maybe more peaceful activities with puddles. So a very nice activity is using a needle and making a compass in the puddle. Or you can bring some toys outdoors, some Lego figurines and things like that, animals, and you can play some stories and do the storytelling around puddles. And it's good. You can go one back. I forgot to say that it's good to divide the activities, and if you have in your group children that prefer more peaceful activities, you should provide them a puddle that would be only for their activities, so that they don't get splashed over with muddy water from other children. Stones by the water is another activity. It very much goes together, stones, water, and children, and you don't really have to do much, and children will go and do their games with it. They can use brushes and paint the stones, and they love how the stones are changing their colors. For example, they can do some structures and use the stones and pebbles to do some building around water, in water, and around the riverbanks. They can do some land art with the stones. And of course, you should be careful, especially in some seasons. And you should tell children that they should not take stones from water where there is some wildlife, so that they don't disturb them, they don't destroy their houses. And this very nicely broadens their sensitivity, their environmental sensitivity to places. Yeah, here's another example of some structures that children like to do, and it's very beautiful to see the diversity in the stones and pebbles. We can move on. Okay, another activity is journey by water. I'm sure you know this activity as well. Children just love to go in the water or buy some water course. and they
This
love
is my
to
favorite. Even if you have children that don't like to walk a lot, if you follow some stream, they are very likely to go further than they would normally. Oh.
preferably in
And
the stream itself.
it depends very much on what kind of children do you have, and what can you allow them to. If once they enjoy this, they will very likely the next time they can only explore the water life and they will be content. But once in their life, they will surely be tempted to do this.
You can move on, Adelo, because there are more pictures of this.
Yeah, for sure. If you are not able to do this during your school classes, maybe you can keep these ideas for your summer camps. And this is a very nice use of Wellington boots. Unexpected one.
Again, choose some good and warm weather for this activity.
Yeah.
As well as for the next activity, water battle. It's something that we all know from our childhood. Children very much enjoy it. Again, all you need is a plastic bottle, a hammer, and a nail. You can do only a small hole in the cap, and you have a very nice tool for the battle.
Yeah,
you don't have to shoot somebody. You don't have to do it with as a fight, but you can try to splash the water to a target. Children very much enjoy it, to use it this way. But of course, it's a lot of fun to spray the water and do all sorts of fights. In this activity, it's just very important to watch the children and monitor if all the children are still smiling, if it's still comfortable for them. But if it is, they have a lot of fun. And of course, it can get as far as to the muddy challenge. And again, it's just a matter of this is maybe for parents more than for teachers, this challenge. Listen to the water. It's a beautiful activity when children are focused. It's not that dynamic. It's more peaceful and calm activity. Children listen to the water around them, and they try to block the sight, and they use their hearing abilities, and they realize what kind of sounds water can make.
Yeah, I would add that this is very beautiful for some kids, and it's very natural for them to stop and to listen. But for other kids, it's important that they enjoy the water element first, like with the battles and running and making splash, and then only then they are able to focus for a while on the calm activity.
Yeah, maybe you have to stop them. And water orchestra is an activity that follows the listening activity, and it's about making the sounds with water. So you will need a lot of different containers, cups, and jars, things like that. And you are experimenting with the water sounds. You can put some sand to the water in a jar, or some small stones, and you're experimenting with water. And you divide the children based on the sounds they are making, so you can create the whole orchestra, water orchestra. And if you have the orchestra, you can move on and do some water dance. Children will get wet in this activity. And you can put it nicely together. You know, some children are doing the music, the water music, and some children are dancing. You can make like a celebration out of it. You can invite, you know, other children, parents, and make a concert with this art performance together with it. And those were all the challenges in this experience section, and Adela will guide you through this creative part with water.